Let's jump right into it, man. This was one of the wildest legal battles in hip hop history, at least the recent ones. We're not talking about Drake versus all these record labels. We're talking about Jay Z and Diddy being dragged into court for one of the craziest stories we've heard in the last year. We're talking, of course, about the high profile case that was brought to the attention of the public by Tony Buzbee. And now Tony Buzbee is being accused of breaking rules and playing dirty.
Mm.
Fair use.
Break this down for you because a lot of people don't get it. See, this could have just been a simple roadblock, but the way Buzbee is responding, he might want to watch this video and change course because I don't think he gets it. What happened here? Buzbee wants to file a bunch of cases in New York federal court. Okay, he gets somebody who's admitted to practice inside New York federal court and files it with that person. Co-pilot in place, no problem. But what does Buzbee do wrong? Instead of letting that guy sign all the papers, Buzbee signed some of the papers himself, and Buzbee is not admitted into this particular court. So the court notices that, and the court says, hey, you're not admitted in our court. What are you doing signing all these papers? You need to apply for admission. He applies for admission, and they say, rejected. You've been signing all these papers, breaking our rules. You're not allowed to be admitted, but we'll give you an option. If you want, you can go, and for each case that you filed that you want to be a lawyer in, you can file for something called pro hoc vice, basically a case-by-case admission process, a temporary admission for one case only. Now, what's the process? Herein lies the rub. Pay attention. When you apply for pro hoc vice, you have to tell the court that I have with me somebody who's licensed in this court who's going to be my co-pilot. They're co-signing for me. They're going to make sure I do everything the right way. What is Buzbee not understanding, in my opinion? His co-pilot, his co-signer is the same person who he filed all these cases with in the first place, which means his co-pilot, his co-signer is the same person who saw him, Buzbee, wrongfully sign his name on all of those filings. And so what's happening right now is Buzbee's asking the judge, hey, can I get this temporary admission? Here's my co-signer. Big mistake if you ask me, because the judge might look at him and go, isn't your co-signer the same guy who's been there since the beginning of this case and the same guy who said nothing and allowed you to sign papers in violation of this court's rules? Why on earth would you bring that same co-signer to now be your co-signer when you seek temporary admission on a pro hoc vice status? You need to get somebody else, is what a court might say. Certainly, that's, as a judge, that's the thing that I would look at. Like, you know, your little team over here, you and that guy, we let you guys practice in this court and you broke the rules. So bring another adult, bring somebody else. Bring Mr. Kasowitz. Look, I'm not saying anything other than I'm very surprised at some of the missteps from one of America's best lawyers.
Yeah, man, one of America's best lawyers are getting blown out by their own mistakes. What really happened and why is Diddy's team, well, it looks like they're shutting cases left and right. Let's break it down. RJ.
Yes, KR. The fact that Tony Busby has been so public, so in public with the cases, right? He started it going in public, and then there was this whole back and forth between Jay-Z and him. So all eyes are on him, which means that if he makes mistakes like this, hey, all eyes are on him as well, and it can maybe multiply the negative effects that this mistake or these mistakes will have on his reputation. Guys, first and before we proceed, I want to thank you guys for being here with us. Thank you for your support. Whatever your thoughts are, remember to let it be known in the comments. The best comment will get a mention in a future show. Also, remember to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Hit the notification icon. Like the video, of course. And if you have people who you think this video, who you think will like this video, we would really appreciate if you share the video with those people as well. But yeah, KR, I think that, I mean, we've covered him. We've also remember the comment we got about this lawyer saying that he smells.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, I'll go look in the show and I'll share it because in the past
Well, I
we
do
covered.
remember. Come on, man. You're trying to stank. We're trying to focus on Diddy. Now you're talking about.
I'm just saying because I just
Oh
every time
my
I see him
God.
now, because there was someone who commented who apparently
Yes,
was an
it was.
attorney
I know. I
or you
know.
or sat
No,
next to him,
yeah, she went to a
during
case
a
and
case
sat
and said
next to
that he
him. Yes.
smells.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So every time I see him, I just think that like
This is how people can influence someone else's opinion while you've never been next to him. This is crazy, man. I don't know why you
yeah.
brought that up. What the heck are
But
we
yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Oh my
Go
god.
ahead. What do you have?
Let's go back to the start, man. Jay-Z's name was linked to the lawsuit claiming that he and Diddy were involved in the forceful penetration of a minor. It was a bombshell, huge case. But as we all know, that case was dropped after a couple of weeks. What was clear is that that case, or it seems like there was not enough proof and also a lot of contradicting stories to the whole case. Now, most people would have left it at that because Tony dropped that case. But Jay Z has been fighting back. Instead of just celebrating this dismissal, he turned his legal team towards the man behind the lawsuit, Texas lawyer Tony Buzbee. Buzbee is the same guy who represented dozens of alleged victims against Diddy. But here's the crazy thing about this thing. As Mo already said, he's being accused of practicing law illegally in New York, which means that he has filed, according to all this, all the cases wrongfully in an illegal way. Diddy's team and JC's lawyers are both saying that Busby has been filing the lawsuits without proper license to practice in the state. This isn't just some technical mistake. This could actually shut down multiple cases against Diddy and put Busby in a serious legal trouble. RJ, we've been talking about this, that this is not the end. When the dismissal happened, one of the questions I had was that what is the next step by Jay-Z? Will he be suing? Will he try to get his leg back? Because obviously you're coming up with cases that might seem frivolous, and maybe that can turn into a win for Diddy. It seems like now, first of all, Jay-Z filed a lawsuit. He has still a lawsuit going in LA where he's claiming defamation. He's claiming the 20 million, where he's also trying to say that he's losing he has lost income of 20 million a year. And here you have as well the courts in New York saying that everything that was filed was done illegally. Crazy but true. Roger.
I think I mean there's a lot of weight on Busby's shoulder. He's representing dozens of alleged victims. People are claiming to be victims. So if that's true, that means that the consequences would not only be limited to one person but multiple people. Now, I think taking into account the the importance of the case, the nature of the case, of the importance of the cases, the nature of the cases, I think that to have this be declared, let's say, a mistrial or something to that extent, it would be crazy. And I think the best, if and sometimes, let's keep this in mind as well. I'm not familiar with the US law, but sometimes, KR, what's being reported in the news and on IG is usually more sensationalized than how it really is. Because maybe it's like a common thing that has like a simple solution to it. But if it does get too messy, I think the best thing for Buzbee to do is to withdraw from the cases and let another attorney take over the cases. And just take the suffer the damage like that, like
Take
it
the
is
L
what
and
it
keep
is.
it pushing.
Yeah, take the L, keep it pushing. Yeah.
The L is coming because don't forget, Jay-Z, of course, a billionaire, is claiming that Busby defamed him and also ruined his reputation. At all cost, he will try to at least get a couple of millions back because he said that this bad press cost him a couple of millions, about 20 a year. Then you have Diddy, who was also claiming defamation, of course. But bigger than that is Diddy's attorneys commenting on this memo. Let me share my screen real quick. And you can read it, RJ.
Yeah. As soon as you show it, I'll read it. In that vein, Combs' attorneys go on to say in Tuesday's opposition memo the following: Busby's motion for admission pro hack vice should be denied
Pro hack
because
fiche.
he, pardon,
Pro hack fiche.
vice, okay,
Yeah, that's what
pro
the
hack, pro hack vice, pro hack vice should be denied
vice.
because he has repeatedly shown that he is unwilling or unable to follow this district local rules, and because his application is deficient. For nearly 5 months, Busby has filed case after case in this district against defendants in the name of anonymous plaintiffs without seeking admission of any kind and without disclosing his lack of admission until raised by a court or adversary. He did not apply for admission to practice in this district until January 29, 2025, more than 6 weeks after his failure to do so was publicized in a letter filed by opposing counsel 5 weeks after he represented to another judge in this district that he intended to apply for admission, which he only did after opposing counsel disclosed Busby's lack of admission, and 2 weeks after he represented to another judge in this district that his application was forthcoming. Even after Busby was expressly put on notice by the Committee of Grievances that making repeated submissions to courts in a district where he is not authorized to practice violates the local rules, a concept so fundamental to the practice of law it requires no forewarning, Busby took no corrective action. Instead, he continued making filings in this district without noting his lack of admission until this court required him to seek pro hac vice admission. If this court had not noticed that Busby was practicing without being admitted, there is every reason to believe that he would have continued to do so because that is precisely what Busby is doing in more than 20 other cases pending in this district. Even after declaring in a February 2025 affidavit submitted to this court that his errors were inadvertent and he will make certain such conduct never occurs again, he has failed to seek admission pro hac vice in any other pending cases. This is a statement by, can you go up? By the opposing counsel, right?
Yep. There's one last
Yeah. Okay. Paragraph.
paragraph. Yeah.
He has signed multiple filings across 22 cases without permission to practice in this court. He failed in each instance to disclose that he had filed without being admitted. And he violated New York's rules of professional conduct by, among other things, repeatedly insisting that Mr. Combs is guilty of the criminal charges pending against him in this district, even though Busby has no good faith basis to believe the government will call any of his clients as a witness in that case. For these reasons, discussed in detail below, this court should deny Busby's pro hack feature application. Buzbee, oh,
Oh, you wanna?
just Busby's office did not respond to request from Deadline for comment on Combs' latest filing. Hey man, KR,
Thank you.
I understand what I understand what there's again. This is the opposing counsel, right? This is the same. This is the same opposing counsel that said all of Diddy's cases has to be dropped because the one that involved Jay-Z was dropped.
Yeah, I was about to
So
say that. I was about to say
yeah, so
that.
we need to be like take it with a grain of salt. I'll just say that the way and that's I mean for a judge as well, right? That and I think the opposing counsel is doing a great job of pointing of this of describing Busby as being someone that is basically he basically doesn't care if this he
Doesn't
doesn't
follow
care
the
about
rules. Disregard of the rules.
not only following the rules, he doesn't respect the courts.
Ooh.
Because if you read between the lines, that's what they're saying, right? You don't
Yeah, because
respect us here. You
multiple
don't
times he
respect
went
us.
in front. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't respect us. Time and time again, you just do whatever you do. There are rules. You don't apply. You don't follow the rules. You say that you will, but you won't. And it's every time it's only when we say something that you say something, and so you don't respect us. And KR, one thing that you need to have in court, one of like fundamental thing that needs to be present in court is respect. You need to respect the judge and the court because the judge and the court represent something much, much, much bigger, much, much more important, which is the judicial system. The judicial system is 1/3 of the so-called trias politica. So you have the judicial, you have the executive branch, the judicial branch, and you have the what is the parliament branch? It's not called the parliament branch. But in any case, the judicial branch is like it's a cornerstone of democracy. The legislation branch, I guess, I think it's called legislative branch. But yeah, so this is it's so fundamental that you're not respecting the rules. It's and that's what they're saying, right? Um, we need to yes, the legislative branch.
Yeah.
So I know what I do. I just needed a little time, but so you need to respect it because it's part of it's part of democracy, like the cornerstone, one of the cornerstones of democracy. They used to say that there was a fourth branch of democracy, which is the media. Now we know that the media is not a branch. The media is a saw that cuts the branches down with false news, fake news, and so on and so forth. But that's
Social media might be the fourth now.
social media might be the fourth. Well,
Didn't the media
from the cartel videos you sent me, I don't think that's a good pillar to have either.
awareness? That's what they say, right? Anyway.
Well, I am worried. That's what I am.
Oh man, crazy times, crazy times. But yeah, continue. Or let you finish your
Yeah.
point
So
already.
yeah. So relating to that, so they're saying, and I think they're making a that's a valid point that they're making. But the question is how how much will it weigh? You know, and I don't know
Yeah.
if the judge will take it out on the parties the parties, or if you'll take it out and drop the case entirely, or if you'll take it out on um the lawyer, the attorney, and tell Busby the cases can stay, but you have to go.
Yeah, that's a good question. Or is this maybe a sign that Busby is actually a rusty attorney because everyone settles when he comes around the corner? Like, what's the name? Um, Omar in The Wire. People hear Omar's
Yeah, yeah.
name and
Oh,
then they start, Omar is coming, Busby is coming, throw out the money out of the
yeah,
window,
yeah,
he's coming.
yeah, yeah.
Is Busby the Omar?
Oh no, it's Omar! It's Omar!
Yo, it's Busby Omar. He's so used to people settling before he even starts the case that maybe
Yeah,
this time he's not used to it. He's rusty. He's still getting his
yeah,
groove on and caught with his figuratively caught with his pants down.
yeah, yeah.
It's the worst way to do it in this case. But imagine your lawyer. Your lawyer is representing you caught with his pants down while you're suing someone else
Yeah.
for SA. Wild times,
Mm.
wild times. But hey, like you might be right on this one. It's we'll have to see how it turns out. But if this goes through, RJ, it would be a crazy blow. Actually, can he refile? Can you let's say if it gets dismissed in New York? I know that New York probably one of the only states. I think LA also had the same law where you could file for older cases or things that are maybe 10 years or 15 years old. I don't know if there's other states that had this. So if he cannot file here and he maybe cannot file in LA because let's be honest, Diddy doesn't live in LA anymore. Is this did he blow the chance? Did he blow the bag? They would be crazy if those 20 cases are dismissed purely on a technicality.
Yeah, we'll need to wait and see again. This is like law, right? The law and the rules of the law will need to be applied to see what will happen to him. Um, I'm not really that. I don't want to waste too much time speculating on that. What I will say is, again, reputation is everything, especially for an attorney. So to make this type of mistake, and if you keep doing that, I mean,
Ooh,
it's and
it's
he
not a
took
good
it to
look.
public,
It's not a good look.
and he
Back to
took it
back
to public.
L's.
Yeah.
Back to back L's. Let's see what happens, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think. We want to hear from you. Do you think Busby crossed the line with the way he filed these cases? Do you think it's just a technicality, or is Jay Z and Diddy's legal team trying to expose a major issue, how these cases are handled? Let's talk about Diddy. Do you think his legal team is just trying to shut these cases down, or is this a real problem with Busby? Is he disregarding the rules? Let us know in the comments what you think. Drop your thoughts and comments down below, and we'll be picking one of the best comments to feature in one of our future videos. Let us know, and we will talk about it. RJ.
Yes, guys, as Kier said, the best comment will get a mention in a future show. So if you have a hot take, do not hesitate to let us know. Also, make sure to subscribe and like the video if you haven't done so already. Also, after subscribing, hit that notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Here on the Double Thought Show, we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. We want to thank you for your support, but most importantly, guys, remember to keep the conversation going in the comments. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Second topic of today is someone we haven't addressed before. This is a case I have been checking out for the longest because I thought it was a very interesting case when it was revealed what happened. Um, but I don't think we ever talked about it during the show. So it's a good thing that we can still highlight it after the verdict, or at least the dismissal, another dismissal of a huge accusation case. So we're talking about Eric Sim. This was one of the shocking legal turnarounds. Probably one of the biggest ones we will see so far, unless they turn around all those 20 cases by Diddy. Eric Sim is a former NASA engineer who was accused of assaying multiple women he met on dating apps between 2019 and 2023. We are talking about 6 women that came forward claiming that they were victims. Houston police even said there might be more, but now every charge has been dropped. Of course, let's take a look. Fair use. Forgot to show another video in the previous part, but
We have covered extensively 7 charges against a former NASA engineer dismissed today, just 2 days before the trial is set to begin.
Yeah, former district attorney Kim Ogg even held a press conference last year seeking other victims. Now all the charges dropped. Reporter Micah Hatfield was the first to break the story on the charges last year. Joining us live now this afternoon with the latest development. Micah, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. Certainly, it seems shocking from the outside, but not to Eric Sim's attorney. And in speaking with District Attorney Sean Tier earlier, he seems very confident in the decision to dismiss all 7 charges.
From day one with you and others, I've said that these are false allegations and we will win this case.
Not something defense attorney Neil Davis says that he says often, but in the case of his client Eric Sim, he believed if someone reviewed the evidence in the case, they would think differently of the initial allegations.
We had over 5 terabytes of data to go through. And so we're dismissing the cases about 11 months after we filed the first ones. And that's because we did our due diligence.
Sim, now 38 years old, was accused by 7 women he met on dating apps of just a few dates in. Many of the sexual encounters were recorded without the women's knowledge, according to authorities. Newly elected District Attorney Sean Tier was not with the DA's office when the decision was made to charge Sim last March, but he says it was the right thing to do at the time.
When you talk about multiple victims and you talk about the predatory behavior that was exhibited in every one of these different cases, it made sense to file the charges to prevent any future victims.
Today, 6 of the cases were dismissed against the former NASA engineer, citing that there was not proof beyond a reasonable doubt, and 1 was dropped by the request of the complainant, according to court records. Tier says they got to a point where they knew they couldn't prove the cases, so they had an obligation to dismiss them. That being said, Tier says Sim showed what he called predatory behavior in every one of the cases.
But to get to the level of sexual assault, we need some definitive proof. And this is not in any way casting aspersions on the survivors or saying that we don't believe them.
There may be things about his dating that wasn't likable to them. He went out with a lot of women. He wasn't the best at breaking up with women. Sometimes he would just move on to another lady or whatever. But at the end of the day, what he did wasn't criminal.
And that was our Micah Hatfield reporting.
crazy. Was he falsely accused? Is the justice system failing, or is there something else going on out here? Let's break this down, because this is one of the craziest twists out there. Ajay.
So, Friday, I understand correctly, it was just an issue of evidence. One-on-one. It's
Issue?
yeah, I always say that this.
In what way?
What?
You said it's an issue of evidence. Oh, not being evidence, or having too much evidence.
Apparently, because they're saying that there wasn't reasonable doubt, right? It
They
wasn't.
had
They had the
okay, continue.
confessions. Yeah. So
Continue.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I always try to make people remember in cases like this. And of course, guys, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon as well. But what I was saying is the following here. In cases like this, you need to have all the evidence has to be there, and there shouldn't be like any doubt. Now I understand that there were 6 cases. One of them was dropped by
7.
one of there were 7,
Right?
and one of them was dropped by one of the alleged victims. Then so
Yeah.
remains 6. Now I have read somewhere, I believe that there were even, I mean, there were a lot, but
The
for
guy
some
was
reason
slinging.
the
He
judge
was
said
slinging it
the judge
around.
what
I said the guy was slinging it around.
that is that doesn't seem like it is that's in dispute. But to say that
That's
someone
crazy. Continue.
but to say that someone is, let's say, slinging it around, that's not slinging it around in itself is not punishable.
Yeah.
It's when you essay someone that it's punishable. And the cases weren't because weren't started because he was swinging it, he was slinging it. Uh, the cases were around because they are alleging that he was swinging it, slinging it, and forcing the victims to take it in the eye. And that's like the the issue. It's not like
Yeah.
if it's the slinging in itself. So, but anyways, KR, you have more information, I guess. So,
Yes. So we're talking about Eric Sim, 38-year-old, who was a respected NASA engineer. But in early 2024, his life completely fell apart when multiple women accused him of SA. Police and prosecutors publicly called in for more victims to come forward. By the end of the investigation, 6 women came forward and had spoken out. Sim was arrested on February 29th and hit with 2 charges of SAs and was later released on a massive bond of 500,000. But things got wilder. After months of reviewing the evidence, the Harris County District Attorney Office just announced that they are dropping all charges. Why? Because they say there was not enough proof beyond reasonable doubt. Even though they had 15 terabytes. One of the things I can tell you, RJ, he was recording everything that happened in the home.
he too,
He was
him
recording
too.
everything. Maybe for rewatch purposes, not sure. But this is what clearly saved his life because he was recording every encounter. 15 terabytes. You know how much that is?
I wouldn't know. I know it's a lot. I wouldn't know. I have one. I have an external drive with 1 terabyte. That's and my laptop as well is my MacBook is also 1 terabyte. I think.
So that would mean that it's 15 of your.
Yeah, I can count it in MacBooks. I can count it in.
But imagine, right? That's the evidence. This man had his own. He can start his own OF, technically speaking. During this process, he was also accused of recording people against them knowing. But I guess they didn't pursue that because that was the evidence that hey, it is what it is.
He did this to me, but don't show it.
Yeah. He did it against my will, but it shows that he didn't anything against my will. Anyway, so this is where we are. Eric Sim is
But
a
why KR?
ex-NASA engineer.
My question is, maybe you'll talk about it a little bit later on, but why did 7 people start cases against him? So why were
So
they like
let's
jealous
say
and then said, hey, you know
I
what,
think
let's get our revenge?
so let's say this, RJ, and we've seen that it's in multiple cases in the past as well. I think we've talked about this in other cases where, let's say, the lack of proper offboarding, aka
Care
a
package.
care package, lack of care package, gets you in trouble. His lawyer said it himself. Let me go back. Let me go back if I can see if I can get to that part where his lawyer says this. Is this part?
About his, there may be things about his dating that wasn't likable to them. He went out with a lot of women. He wasn't the best at breaking up with women. Sometimes he would just move on to another lady or whatever. But at the end of the day, what he did wasn't criminal.
So you're dealing with, in this case, to me, if I just listen and I'll follow it a little bit, it seems like this guy was just banging and ghosting.
Pump and dump.
That's pump and dump, and hit. Let's take a look at him. Let me see if I can find a picture of him.
If he was pumping and dumping, you know which YouTube channel he was watching.
Oh, well, look at him, a NASA engineer. He doesn't look like a typical player. So
Yeah.
women would go there, look at him, think he's a NASA engineer. He's a nerd. And before you know it, you're between the sheets, taking it, and then the next day he ghosts you. You feel violated. Some people feel violated in those situations.
Yeah. But then they got together and file the case together. They
No, you
all
know
came
how
up
it goes. Another
one
thing,
person
we've talked
starts
about
it,
this.
yeah.
We've talked about this in the past as well. As soon as one starts filing, the other things, hey, maybe I feel violated as well. Maybe I
Yeah.
was S8 as well, even though that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
I think this is a clear case of the typical careless careless handling of people's emotions.
Yeah.
It keeps coming up. I don't know. I mean, you can angle this however you want. You can say these women try to use the judicial system for the way they were treated, not the way they were essayed. And yeah, that's true. I mean, according to the DA himself, there is no proof that there was essay happening, even though there is video. If there is video, I mean, there's no essay. It's clear that this guy was just pumping and dumping, and sometimes you have to be very careful who you pump and dump. But because he lost his, they call him the former NASA engineer, so he lost his job over this. You might get another job. He might get another job after this because it's dismissal, but he never can get the job he had before, the pay. Maybe he cut his own wings. It only takes one person to destroy your life, by the way, with a misguided allegation. I don't even call it false. Let's call it a misguided allegation.
Yeah, but is it really fair to dismiss him if it was just living la vida loca instead of,
What do you mean? Don't know.
I think NASA should have suspended him.
Oh, you mean like that? Oh, yeah.
You can
But
fire him if he didn't. I mean, and now it seems like it wasn't true.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. In the beginning, the way they were angling this story. It looked crazy.
Yeah.
He looked like, hey, it looked, but a lot of these cases seem like that, right? They angle it like it's a done deal.
Gotcha.
Until, I'll tell you this, RJ, in the beginning, it seemed like it was a done deal until it was revealed that he had 15 terabytes of video. I was like, yo, this is gonna look crazy.
Yeah. And you would only say it if you want to, if you know that it will prove you're innocent. Because Diddy says the opposite, right? Diddy.
Well, Diddy is also using the same reasoning, right?
Yeah,
Do you remember last time we talked about it, that this lawyer said, hey, I see a video where
Yeah, you
Cassie
saw.
is taking
Yeah,
charge.
but I believe it were like they were like 3 videos or some or
Yeah, yeah,
three
yeah.
videos.
Where's the other ones? Hey,
That's the questions.
Cash.
Where are the other
Yo,
ones?
Cash. My Indian. Cash. Where are the other 300 videos? We need to, well, we don't need to see them. We need to know whether it's real or not.
I
Don't
think
release
Cash has
them.
his hands full with other things.
Yeah, maybe you're right, though. He's trying to follow up on another couple of loose ends,
Yeah,
political loose ends. Hey, shout
yeah,
out to
yeah,
Cash,
yeah.
man. Hey, happy to see Cash being. This is the one of the few times we've seen a minority. You would guess that Democrats would be rejoicing for a minority FBI agent. I've never seen people be so against a minority. What a time to be alive. Can't
Yep.
hear you though. No, but this is crazy, man. It's a shame that this guy lost his job, and I do agree with you on that. But a lot of times, RJ, the companies, corporate, will take measures that will hurt you on the short term, but will protect them to the utmost. It's easier to fire you and maybe deal with a lawsuit later than keep you on the payroll while you're sitting trial for something crazy like this. And the worst way is if he was found guilty, then they would have said you're paying the guy while he's
Yeah,
sitting
but
trial.
I mean, after I said what I said, I was thinking, and I said, sometimes, even in certain jobs, for example, NASA, I can imagine that even the appearance
Yeah,
might be enough to terminate a
you have to be
contract. Right?
very careful. You got to be very careful as a.
Yeah,
And I think we've talked about this in previous shows as well, right? It seems like people are aiming using. Um, so back in the days, people used to divorce to get half of your money. Now they try to start lawsuits to get half of your money, or at least
yeah,
some kind of a payback. So, as a man in general, I think you have to be very careful about situations like this. Bump and dump is not. I mean, it's cheap, and but it can hurt. Free putanga can be the most expensive one. Seems like this one was he got free putanga all over the place, but hey, lost his job over that.
yeah.
Hard situation, man. Hard situation. But I think this also hurts people who are legit victims. Again, more of these cases that people are alleging something, and even though 6 women come forward, they couldn't make one stick. That's crazy, actually. They couldn't make one stick. And they didn't even bring it to trial. They dismissed it because they know they couldn't make anything stick. No, it's crazy, man. But it hurts again. The real victims out there.
And this dude's reputation as well. I mean,
Yeah,
to be like, again, if you're a slinger, that's one thing, but to be labeled like an essayer, that's different. Something else.
you might have to send a letter to Google to unlink all the articles that are on his name, or maybe he has to change his name.
Maybe.
I heard. I don't can remember what case. There was a case. Oh, I remember now. There was this guy who deleted his mom and dad when he was quite young. And what he did after he said he went to juvenile, he went to juvie, and after that he changed his name from if I remember correctly, and now he's a psychology professor at one of the universities. I've seen something like that, a reel, which is quite crazy. But he changed his name, so maybe that will help him. Maybe that
Yeah.
will help him
Okay.
change his name. That's probably cheaper than anything else. But yeah, I think it's crazy, right? Eric allegedly met all these women on dating apps, and yeah, he's uh he's
He's a
now
wild one.
paying. He's a wild one. He's a wild one. Again, doesn't look like anything. He looks like a nerd.
He's like an anime
He
character.
he used he used his powers. This is the funny thing, right? People always say you have to have a look. You can use whatever you have into your advantage. He's a he's a NASA engineer. He looks like a nerd. What do women usually think in that case? Safe person to open up to because he won't cheat. He won't dump me. The man was a savage.
Yeah, but he has to have had game as well, or has game as well.
I want to say something. I won't. 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 I won't.
What are we gonna
I
say?
won't. My brain. My brain. I won't. I won't say it. I won't say
Alright,
it.
cool.
I won't say it. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. This is a crazy case of a person who got accused of SA and now is walking free because all of the alligators didn't come up with the right story. The story didn't match with the video footage that was handed to the police. Teaches you something as well, RJ. Maybe you should, or not you, but you, as in the viewer, should put up cameras in your home so you can protect yourself at all times. Maybe you never know who will come 10 years later and say that you SA them, and you pop up the DVD. Should I say it? Epstein style.
Usually call him Island Boy, man.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't. I didn't want to do the island boy. You pop up the video, the DVD, and you show that nothing happened there. Hey, they've been talking a lot about those tapes lately. Are they going
They
to
have.
release them all? Are they going to release the
That's the thing,
names?
right? Because everyone was going to that island. So let's see.
Everyone, a lot of people were going to the list is pretty long.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure. Don't again. This is like these things, right? You gotta be very careful who you associate with and who you do your dirt with, because sometimes people are not who you think they are. They could be part of a bigger scheme. Not saying that he was part of a bigger scheme, because I don't want to find myself swimming in the pond in front of my mama's house.
You
But
don't wanna be found swimming. He's talking about pond. You don't want to be found drowned in a 3-foot pond. That's what you
in
want
a
to find.
glass of water, he couldn't drink anymore. Hey man, it's crazy. You gotta be very careful, man. When you're a person of a certain stature, and this also shows you with the Diddy stuff, right? Because allegedly Diddy was also recording all these people. You think you're doing the dirt, and it's secretive. This man was recording everything, allegedly. Who knows? Let us know. Cash, drop the tapes. Don't drop them, because don't drop them like that. Drop the names who's on the tapes. Let's do that. Let's
Yeah.
not do revenge corn out here. Anyway, guys, Let us know in the comments what you think. This is crazy, man. Eric Sim, do you think he was falsely accused? What are you laughing? What are you laughing at, RJ?
Just finish, man. Just finish.
No. Tell me.
The revenge thing, man. That's
Hey, I'm trying to warn Cash. You know, you never know. He might sling it. Not like that. I mean the tapes, and then make a
Yeah.
mistake, get himself caught up, and now he's the first Indian out here who's getting arrested. FBI lead, head of the FBI, getting arrested for dropping the tapes.
yeah.
But anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think Eric was falsely accused? Or, I mean, are you going to record yourself from now on at all times? That recording has saved a lot of guys lately. There was this guy as well, football player in one of the universities. Can't recall the which university. He was accused of SA as well. Well, it was a two guys on one. It was a two man's, as they say, or a two man or a choo choo.
Locomotive.
A locomotive.
Yeah.
In the future, we might have to talk Russian, guys. But hey, the guy was accused. Those guys were accused of SA as well, and the tape saved their lives. But guess what? They were already dropped by the school. So
Yeah.
you have to reset your life. Be very careful out there who you sleep with. And of course, according to some of our viewers, we need to look out who we sleep with,
Yep.
because we have to choose. We have to be worried about who we choose to go to bed with. We shouldn't worry about other people who they should go to bed with. It is what it is. Let us know in the comments what you think. Are dating apps doing enough to protect people on both sides of the edge? How can you protect yourself against false alligators? I don't know. Let us know, guys. Drop your thoughts your thoughts in the comments down below, and of course, we'll be highlighting the best one in one of our future videos. Shout out to you guys for watching, and RJ, take it from here.
Yeah. The people minding, minding our business, telling us who we need to sleep with, are same people who have like multiple baby daddies and are walking around with words on their face. So I'm cool. they, they always say they always say you need to really they always say you need to you need to look when someone gives you advice, you're actually buying their lifestyle. So do we want to follow their advice? That's the question. But
Oh,
hey,
that's a good one.
guys,
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? When someone is what?
when you buy someone's advice, you're buying their lifestyle. So
Maybe they're trying to
when
sell
someone
us
is
herpes
saying,
in the
hey,
mouth.
when someone is
Oh.
saying whatever they're saying about us that we need to do something else, what are they doing with their lives? And usually they're not better off than you are. So it's what I said, man. Bunch of baby mamas, or bunch of baby daddies,
A
and
bunch of cases of
w-
SA.
warts on their face, burning pee, and now you're gonna tell me that I have to.
Burning, flaming.
Yeah. So hey, as KR said, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Well, KR didn't say that. KR said remember to comment, because if you comment, you get you get a chance of your comment getting selected as the comment of the week in a future show. Also, thank you for your support. Remember to rate the show. Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon. But also remember to like the video. Here on the Double Thought Show, we try to discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lenses from commonplace situations. If you have suggestions as to topics that you would like for us to discuss, please let us know as well. But most importantly, guys, remember to comment. Yes, comment. And hey, maybe you'll get an honorable mention in a future show. Back to you, KR.
Yes, 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 yes. Let's go to the segment Your Thoughts, guys. Of course, we highlight your thoughts on a weekly basis. Don't forget to comment. We will highlight the best ones. Also, we will highlight if you crash out. So you have a choice. Or drop your best comment or crash out. And today we're going to discuss a crash out. And why am I saying crash out with such passion? Is because he really crashed out. And RJ knows as soon as I pull it up that this guy crashed out. Let me show you guys a crash out. Of course, this is from the Jaguar Right Freedom Award Sparks lawsuit main show. Guys, that was a great show where we basically explored what is happening with that award. We went a different route. We started talking about maybe is he setting up black men? But then RJ mentioned something I overlooked. Is Jay-Z setting her up, lining her up with his friends, his billionaire friends, for a lawsuit? I guess a lot of people didn't agree with that. This guy didn't. This guy decided to crash out in front of everyone. Again, he crashed out. I'm going to let RJ read this one. This crash out. You can read this, RJ.
All right. Just wait until you share it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me if this ain't crash out if it is.
Yeah.
Read
This is not only this is a crash out, and this when I read this I'll tell you when. Okay, I'll read it and then I'll tell you what I
By the
thought.
way, shout out to Money X9634.
34. Guys,
Good
go
thing
to
he's not
his or her
using his-
channel and show him or your support. If you wasn't there, you shouldn't
No,
speak
don't
without.
support us, man. When you get locked up, you try to pull us into some RICO case. I don't know.
If you wasn't there, you shouldn't speak without. So again, for the context, guys, remember the context is important. Let me just I think that's important to just say. Just that we're short. Talking about context. We were covering and have been covering the Jay-Z and the Diddy stories, right? But we are covering it from the news that we read and the podcasts that we see and the conversations going on platforms like Vlad TV, The Art of Dialogue, and so on and so forth. That's what we have to go by, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we get a comment from Money X9634.
Should call themselves
Usually
Jail
people who
X.
have money in their names don't have money in their pockets. Okay. Money it's saying if you wasn't there, you shouldn't speak without evidence. I personally was there. Guys, I want you guys to remember what he's saying. And we're recording this. So if you deletes this message, we'll have it. Feds, if you need it, we have the evidence. But this dude willingly, voluntarily said, if you wasn't there, you shouldn't speak without evidence. I was personally there during the time hanging with Carl Thomas, Mario Wines, and Stevie J. He was personally there. A lot of that was going on at that time, and she was a genius on the scene back then. If she was guilty, them dirty ninjas, them MFs would have been suing her. I guess she means if she's wrong, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be suing her ass for all she been saying. Come on, guys. These are multimillionaire. These are multimillionaire. They can file motions till the cows come home. You are both wrong, and I don't remember seeing either one of you. Remember, do the saying, we don't remember seeing either one of you.
Thank
So he
God.
was there. So
Thank God.
what Money X 9634 was saying is that he was there and that he doesn't recall seeing us there. Well, thank you. I have recorded it, KR. We've recorded it for ourselves. So he doesn't remember. So if he takes the stance and say, hey, we can say, no, Money X said that we weren't there, but that he was. So thank you, Money X, for clarifying that. You know, when I think of Money X, you know who you don't know who these people are. Usually they don't have pictures, etc. It can be a bot, but you know who I think these people are? You know who I imagine this person would look like? I think like a virtual version, like a YouTube troll version of Aaron. I really thought that when he said, can you share the yeah, when he said them dirty ninjas, I imagine him being a dirty ninja, but not only a dirty ninja, but like a dirty ninja turtle, like Aaron the plumber.
Yo.
so, so
Out here going blow for blow with
crashing out like Aaron the plumber.
Oh man, he crashed out like Eric. That's true. That's for sure.
But I'll tell you one thing though, Aaron is wearing his heart on his sleeves and is fighting for love. And I do wish him the best of luck in finding love. I think we all deserve love. Maniacs, I don't know you like that, so I can't wish you the same thing. But we do appreciate your support and comment. Thank you.
Oh, such a crash out. The real question we have to ask him if he was there personally. He didn't see us. Good luck. Thank you. Good thing you didn't see us. Good thing, because when it's time. Oh, wait a second. I'm sharing my screen. When it's time, because I can't play this, because otherwise I have to cut it out. So I have to play the audio only. When it's time for standing on, will they ask him this?
Marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over.
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Were you doing the bending at the freak offs, or were you getting bent over, Bunny? I don't want to know. But you're on mute, by the way.
That's what I said. Don't let us know. That's what I said.
Don't let us know. No, we don't want to know. When you're taking the stand, that's when you have to tell them. He didn't see us, guys. You see, we're squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Chicka. Cannot. No one sees us. I'm in my mama's basement, so I never come out of the mama's basement. It is what it is. Can't deal with it. It is.
Yeah.
I have to deal with life.
And I can't
life.
read. Case in point.
A lawyer who can't read. Might as well give the person life. Did you see the meme, RJ, where this? There's a meme out there with, let's say, someone who's special wearing the lawyer robe, and they say, they said, you know what I'm trying to say, special. You know what I'm alleging.
Yeah, I know.
So the special person,
Hey, the internet is. Never mind.
I went.
Let's move on.
I went
Let's
to
move on. Let's move on. let's let's not do this. Let's if you're laughing that this much, let's move on. This can be good, man.
I went to court for a ticket. And now I can't.
I can't hear you, man.
I went to court for a
Come on.
ticket, and now I got the death penalty. I'm dying. I'm dying. Hey yo. Hey yo. Nah, but yeah, that was a crazy meme, man. Went to court for a ticket and then got a death penalty. Anyway, guys, crazy. He crashed out though. He crashed out. Good luck to Money X. Yeah. It is what it is, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think that Money X is right? Is it good that we have a solid alibi? We weren't at the Diddy freak-offs. Money X was there. Maybe we should interview Money X. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Or
We'll
not.
go to the what? Or not? No.
Or
Maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows, man? Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'll
You were
find that
crying.
meme.
That's great.
I was crying. Yeah, it's a crazy meme. I don't have it at hand right now, but maybe the next show, guys. Maybe I'll bring the meme to the next show. Anyway, let's go to around the internet. Let's start with a barber who said the following about. Let me go back. Let me go back. A barber who said the following: fair use about his client.
So you cut little TJ, right?
Yeah, he was by far the biggest dickhead that I've ever dealt with. I charged him, I think it was $95. Gave me $100. I packed my stuff up, left. When I'm in the hotel lobby, I get a phone call from his manager asking for the $5 change. So I had to run back up and hand Lil TJ a $5 bill from the cut. So I asked no tip, and he said no, and took his $5 back and went about his day. By far the worst experience I've ever had cutting any of these famous people. Just rude, unprofessional, had me waiting. I'm cutting his hair, I need to stop and roll up, and he's telling me I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to fade his sideburns in, he's moving out the way, telling me not to do it like that. You know, just not really trusting me when at the end of the day, you called me to do a job, you know? But that was by far the worst experience.
So you cut little TJ.
RJ, would you pay $95 for a cut?
Well, where I'm living, I wouldn't. But I do know that in the city, it's very expensive. Like the city, it's like if you're living in NY or Toronto, you're paying $60 a haircut. If you're one of the best, I can imagine someone charging 90. And if you can pay it, then you go there. But that's not something you pay if you're living in the suburbs. That's for sure. And then why would you go there and not pay tip? That's the crazy thing.
It's like I already paid you 95. That's enough for the tip. That's including the tip. Well,
I don't.
oh man, some rappers are cheap, RJ. They'll rather spend that $5 on a chain than on a barber, I guess.
Yeah.
Not sure. Would you give
Yeah.
$5 tip if you're paying 95? Or do you
If
think the
you're
tip
paying
is already
90, then
included?
if you pay him 90, you pay 100. You have to pay 100. Yeah. At
Or
least
would you?
$10. At least a $10
Or
tip.
would you? RJ, or would you? You do it the Trump way. You bargain it down to 90, and then you give him the $5 tip.
Yeah.
You bargain his price down from 95 to 90, and then give him $5 tip. He can complain.
Yeah.
No, I guess not. RJ is not the type to renege on a tip. He will give you the tip. Oh, whoa.
Yo, whoa.
That did
What
meant it
the
that
hell
way.
are you
We
saying,
we
man?
don't say that. We don't
What
play
the
that
hell are
game
you
anymore. But
saying,
that
man?
sounded crazy. That sounded crazy. That
What
sounded
the hell are
crazy.
you? What's wrong
That
with you,
sounded
man?
crazy. That sounded crazy. I have to admit, we don't play that game anymore. But that sounded wild.
You're saying the pause
I'll
game.
say this,
You're not
RJ.
playing. Just to be clear, we're not playing the pause game.
No, we don't play the pause game anymore. We
We've
stopped
grown
doing
up.
that.
We used to do it in the past, but then we said, no, it's kid stuff. Let's not do it.
Yeah. If I'm paying 95, RJ, this is how I look at it. If I pay 95, it better be coming with something like this. I can play the music, but you can imagine what kind of song is being played.
I don't think. I'm thinking they're not like us. They be playing.
Then I do 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 do. It ain't. Yeah. Anyway, guys, if I pay 95, it better be some booties being shaken out, and I'm talking about female booties, of course. For those who are going that route again, weirdo ass dudes, weirdo ninjas. You should Money X. People like Money X. Yeah.
Next.
But anyway, let's go to another ninja. Dr. Umar. Or at least that's how he calls his fans. Fair use.
The school ain't open yet. You was 12 years old. No problem. Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. He said the school still ain't open. He was 12 years old. I see you, little crusty ninja. Why don't you shave that crust stash off the top of your lip too, little ninja? Shave that crust stash off the top of your lip, little ninja. Little crusty ass ninja. Talking about he was 12. Your whole family been through public school. Y'all ain't have a problem with it. Shut up. Always trying to go to war with King Kong. Little crusty ninja. Ogun. Cut a path. Somebody said, why Delaware? Another dumbass question. Because we found a school here. That's why Delaware. You little crusty. Shave that crust stash off your lip, homie. Stop dyeing your hair extra black. That hairline ain't coming back, ninja.
RJ, how old were you when the school was promised?
From what I can recall, I would say I don't know when it was. 20.
I was 12 too. I'm a young person with an old face.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Anyway, what do you think about this?
So he was just dissing like someone would talk trash to him.
Well, they asked him actually. Well, it depends on what you call talking trash. When someone says, "I was 12 when you were supposed to open the school," that means that is that talking trash or talking facts? I don't know.
That's true.
Let's look at it again.
The school ain't open yet. You was 12 years old. No problem. Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. He said the school still ain't open. He was 12 years old. I see you, little crusty ninja. Why don't you shave that crust stash off the top of your lip too, little ninja?
Is it facts or is it trolling? Or is it
Hey,
trolling with facts?
if it's fact, it's facts. I mean, but he's been saying that he's waiting for the right opportunity and the right moment. Just hasn't presented itself yet, KaiR.
By the way, check the, can zoom in, but check the logo, man. Check the logo on the
Zulu
the
Nation.
body warmer.
Mm-hmm.
He even has, if you look at the
Shave
it even has the Marcus Garvey boat on the
that crust stash
on the body warmer.
off
Look at
the
it.
top of your lip, little ninja.
Look at the boat.
Little
Look at the boat.
crusty ass ninja. Talking about he was 12. Your whole family been through public school. Y'all ain't have a problem with it. Shut up.
Look at the boat.
Got it.
The Garvey boat.
Yeah.
He should start selling merch. That's what he should do.
Isn't he
Sell
selling
merch to
merch?
fund the school. I have no idea what he sells. I don't want to buy whatever he's selling. But maybe his supporters will buy it. And he can use that to fund the school. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah.
Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think that Mr. Umar Johnson will ever open up his school? Or is it just a pipe dream? Do you think he has a right to call people crusty ninjas? Or is he crusty himself? Is it real recognized real?
Real recognized, real like they related.
Yes, maybe is he recognizing his brother from another mother? Let us know in the comments what you think. Last but not least, a big one, RJ. A huge one. A legendary one. Have you ever seen the People's King hand out punishment like this? You can tell me, I heard a coach say to me that you shouldn't teach kids this. This was the coach, a young coach. I showed him this clip. He said, this is not what you should teach kids. This is not how you play the game. You should teach them discipline. Fair use. Block him with the feet, with the shin, and then block his face. He will never score. Look at this. Bang! King! Imagine you standing there thinking you're gonna get a bucket, then you get a shin, and then suddenly, bam! Broke your nose. You wake up the next day looking like Michael Jackson. Have you ever seen the People's King defend a ball and this is a two-pointer? This ain't no 3-pointer. This is a simple bucket.
I mean, the 3-pointer wasn't that
This,
popular back then. Like
this man lost his nose for a 2-pointer. Get his whole. He got his whole face smashed for 2 points.
Yeah, back then it was crazy, man.
Yo, this is crazy,
That's
man.
why
What's the heck?
those players, when they hear about players nowadays, they doing load management. They're like, "What's that?"
Load management. We used to get shins and forearm smash against our faces. What load management? Load this.
Yeah.
You tell me, RJ, have you seen the People's King hand out punishment like this? Would you get suspended if you do this?
I saw it like for the first time like a month ago, maybe on my socials. But back then, KR, that's what they did. They really just attacked you and they just got like a foul. Nowadays, someone will flop and you get ejected.
This is
This
why
was really
NBA.
KR. This was how they played. If you talk to, I mean, listen to these people talk. These are older players. They'll tell you if you come down the lane nowadays, you see Steph Curry just dribbling and going to the lane. No one's doing anything because they don't want to catch a foul. Back then, you would get attacked, not the ball. It was a very physical game.
So basically, what RJ is saying this is that if Steph Curry was playing in the old days, they wouldn't call him a light-skinned guy. They would have called him a blue man. Oh man. No, but I think you're right though. I think you're right. Is this what the NBA is missing? Is the game too soft these days? And this is why the ratings are going down.
I think it's too soft, yeah, for sure. I really think it's too soft. Oh, you were asking our viewers, but I was just chiming in.
No, I was asking you, and then what was going to the viewers, but I guess you answered it already.
Okay, yeah. I think they're allowed to, so people are allowed to do load management. They can just sit out because they're tired. No, it's not acceptable.
2 points.
And people it's not me that's saying it, but I mean, they would need to start playing with face masks if they go that level. But I do think that we can, I mean, I think less games would be better. Less games and then more intense games.
They used to say Michael Jordan, when he focused, people would be scared of him. This is Michael Jordan in focus mode. Damn. For 2 points. You get a concussion. You get a concussion for 2 points. Oh man. They might have to release DVDs of him. Wasn't he like the defensive player of the year like 8 years back to back or something like that? Or 3 years? Or let me see what Michael Jordan defensive player of the year. How many times? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's only one. He won the Rookie of the Year, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, 5 MVPs, 6 MVP finals, 6 NBA championships. Probably it's this season. If you're doing this for 2 points, imagine what he would do if it was 3 points. Damn. Hard to watch, man. Getting smashed like this in the face for 2 points.
You're having way too much fun with this, man. You're having way too much fun.
Tell me that is not crazy, man. You can
You're just having way too much fun with it.
Yo, he jumped over his old man. Look at his old man. Look at his old man getting the boot. Imagine you're trying to defend a guy, all of a sudden you get a knee in the back of your head. Like, what the heck is this? Crazy. Crazy. Guys, RJ, do you think that kids should learn this as a defense tactic, or is this too much? You're on mute, by the way. Can't hear you.
I know I'm on mute. But KR, what do you want me to say, man? They played like that. I
So
think
you're
nowadays
saying
that
they need to bring it back.
I think they can get more faith.
Should they bring, if they bring this back, maybe there will be less guys like the Joker OTV that would resort to violence off court. They will put the violence in court.
Yeah. Because the way the NBA is going, when there's a beef, they'll start court cases just like Drake.
Well, isn't Drake a part owner of Toronto Raptors?
I guess.
Would make sense. Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think this guy deserved a forearm smash for 2 points? I'm watching it right now. This is crazy. I watched it already like 50 times. It's amazing that someone would get smashed in the face for 2 points. Hey, man. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think that Michael Jordan is the greatest, or would you want to see LeBron defend like this? And Dr. Umar, do you think Dr. Umar is right about what he says? Can he berate people like what he did about them asking, where is the school? Last but not least, would you tip your barber if the price is right? Or do you never tip your barber and walk around with crooked hairline because he doesn't appreciate you? Let us know in the comments what you think. Of course, we'll be picking one of the best ones to feature in a future video. RJ, take it away.
Yes, guys. If you're still here with us, we want to thank you for your support. Whatever your thoughts are, let it be known in the comment section below so you can get a chance of getting an honorable mention in a future show. Also, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon as well. It's been a pleasure to serve you once more, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time, peace.
Peace. And stand on business when you're on court.
And on the court.
Stand on business. Be defensive. Peace.